Hello, my little ratlings. It's been a few days since I've last done this, and I'm ready to jump back into it. Let me tell you about something that absolutely pisses me the fuck off. I don't like when someone I don't really associate with or really care about decides that they want to touch me. That 100% pisses me off. And let me tell you why. There is a woman at my job who's genuinely the bane of my existence. Like, she's one of those types that the lights are on and nobody's home. There's like not a single sparkle in that eye. There's like in one ear out the other. You're basically talking to a fucking brick. And I'm gonna tell you about the story of this woman when I first started my job. I was introduced to this woman, and she seemed like a very soft-spoken person. She seemed quite shy. And I was like, that makes sense. I was a brand new person, like she doesn't really know me, and nothing really to go off there, but be that as that may, I was very polite with her. When I would see her, I remembered her name, and I made sure to greet her every day. I asked how she was doing, kind of asked her, like, shit she liked to do, and I would just get these it was like, in her way, short, where it was mostly like, she was kind of like just all over the map with it. Like, so, like, I would basically be like, yeah, how's you doing? How was your weekend? And she would just go, oh, it was okay, It's like, I don't know. I don't know, because I wasn't what you do on the weekend. So, why the fuck would I know? Anyway, it would be, for the first year, it was that. And I would say her name and be like, hello, woman, "Hey, how are you doing? How you doing, sweetheart?" And she would just be like, "Oh, what was your name again?" And I would tell her my name. I'd be like, "My name is," and you know, same as my name was yesterday. It's just like it's just like it's not a hard name. It's quite simple. Uh, and because I started at the same time as my friend, uh, we had we both had three syllables as a nickname, and it both started with the same letter. So I don't know how. Confused it with my friend. I was like, well, we don't even look alike. What are you talking about? So, every day, and then like I would be like, hey, how you doing? And then you'd be like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I'd be like, that's not my name. That is 100% my name. My name is. And she'd be like, oh yeah, sorry. And that was half a year of that. I was happy with that, so was like, alright, clearly doesn't want to talk or really associate with me, so I'm just gonna like cut it off. I'll be cordial. I'll be polite, I'll say how you doing, shit like that. But for the most part, I'm not really gonna go out of my way to find out how this person is doing. Because it's a wasted effort, Just wasting your time. You're wasting your brain cells on somebody who's not even gonna go out of their way to, like, remember your fucking name after talking to them for 6 months. And then confuse you with the other person that you don't look like. So it's like, whatever. So, I decided to move on with my life, and, my business or everything, and then we get to the, first Christmas. And at the job, at the time, they would do, like Secret Santa. So, like, you get everybody you got, I got somebody, she got something, everybody. It's as long as you signed up for it. Well, the one year, the first year this, me and my friend started, my friend got this lovely woman named Denise, who gave her these very cool lights that hung up on the ceiling, and then, gave her, like, I think it was like some kind of sweater or something. It was a very lovely gift, and I was happy for her. I was happy she got this cool stuff. It was a very considerate gift, considering they didn't know each other. And then this fucking bitch, and gives my friend a gift saying, oh, you were my Secret Santa. So she got her lotions and perfumes and shit. I had learned that she in fact did not get my friend, but she got me. And she got us confused somehow, even though we are completely different people and don't even fucking look alike. So I got nothing. And I was just kind of like, what the fuck? And then my friend was like, hey, so I don't know whose that is, it's not mine. And then she was like, oh, I must have confused you guys because you look the same. No, we don't. I can't express how much we don't even look the same. If by look the same you mean have glasses, then yeah, we're identical fucking twins. But that's about as far as that went. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? We don't look the same. So, my boss at the time, being the generous angel she was, had backup gifts in case somebody didn't get anything, or somebody forgot something, or something like that. And I was grateful. It was a bunch of cool shit in there, you know? So I was like, that had started the downward level of dislike for this woman. This fucking bitch. I was like, what the fuck ever? I don't want to deal with that. She clearly doesn't give a fuck enough about me to even remember my name, let alone recognize my fucking face. So I said, what the fuck ever, I'm done with this bitch. So she would try to engage me in the aisles or whatever, for whatever the fuck we were doing, and it's either one-word answers, or I just wouldn't fucking acknowledge her. You know, I'm so sick of her. She sucks. She just sucks. Like, she's super fucking slow. Which, and I get it, everybody needs a job, but like, you've been doing this every day for God knows how long, because I don't know how long she's been there compared to me. And it's like, the fact that you haven't memorized this shit yet, and you're constantly making excuses, and you're always fucking around on your phone and shit, that's on you, man. You deserve every fucking yelling you get. Like, at this point, there's no fucking pity or sympathy or nothing like that. It's just that, do your fucking job, you're being a waste of fucking space. You know? Like, go fuck yourself. And then, at the time, a coworker was offering her lifts home, and sometimes a pickup. You know, cause like, everybody needs to get to work. And I understand that. You know, like, I don't want to fuck with anybody's livelihood or nothing like that. But then, it got to the point where that person didn't want to do it anymore, and then just pushed it on my friend. Because they were, that was... So... And it was like, that fucking sucks. But, she's like, whatever. My friend's like, yeah, whatever, people do need a ride. I'm not gonna, fault anybody fucking that. People need a ride. So, we would do that occasionally. She would overpay my friend. She would tell her about it. And then, it got to the point where, there's just no getting through that fucking brick wall of fucking nothing. So it got to the point where she was just like, thank you for the money. Because that's all you can do, because she doesn't fucking know. She's a fucking brain-dead, mongoloid, drooly, I clearly have been overdosed since childhood type person that doesn't understand common sense or anything. And I've been told that she's book smart. She's book smart, but doesn't have any common sense. I have yet to see the book smarts. All I see is a brain-dead woman. That doesn't, it's like, oh, I didn't understand that. And it's like, no, you did understand that, but you're just kind of using it to get away with shit. And for the longest time, that worked. But now everybody just kind of sees her bullshit. It's like, she was playing that up. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh yeah, I didn't understand. And it's like, you just did that an hour ago, so what do you mean you don't understand? And then she'd be like, oh, well, I got confused. And it's like, well, how'd you get confused? Because you just did that an hour ago. So all of a sudden we don't understand our own job? Is that it? We just don't get what the fuck we're doing anymore? Huh? But whatever. Well, last fucking time we had to give her a ride or whatever, unfortunately something happened where her ride was incapacitated and she was asking my friend for rides to and from work. Now, Well, at first it was no problem. It really started weighing on us, mostly because like we had to leave earlier in the morning and shit. Me and my buddy, like, cause she had to get me earlier, and then I had to be readier, like earlier for that. And she lived across fucking town. She lived across fucking town, and she thought we lived further than just across town. So she was still asking for these fucking rides. It's like, well, this can't happen, man. So, but we were whatever. We were like, once her father's back in the picture, we don't gotta do it anymore. Well, the motherfucker came back into the picture, and she's still asking us for rides. So it's like, what the fuck happened to your dad, dude? She's like, oh yeah, I was wondering that, maybe we could work out a ride thing where you, like, get me Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, and sometimes Wednesdays if I can't get a ride. So you're telling me you need the whole fucking week? Are you fucking kidding me? What happened to your fucking dad, dude? What happened to your fucking dad? And that fucking annoyed the shit out of us. And then, like, we did till Friday. And that's when my buddy was like, listen, this can't happen, dude. My car can't take it. Not only that, because we have to go across town to get you, we're late every single fucking day. And I can't fucking stand being late, dude. I hate it. She hates it. And the other one who can't grasp that is fucking her. This fucking brain dead woman. She's like, oh yeah, it'll be okay. And then it's like, you say that, you make us late, and then we'll get there and we're trying to pull up. You want to jump out of the car while it's still fucking moving. It's like, are you a fucking idiot? Wait! Wait for it to park. She also does some dumb shit where, like, one day I was in the back seat. Unfortunately, I had to sit next to her because we were giving somebody else a ride, but we actually liked that guy, so that was fine. But, she gets out of the car to go in, and she just leaves the door open and goes. And I'm like, yo! The door! I shit you not. When I tell you, she comes back over and says, oh, I thought you were gonna get out on my side. I am a fucking adult. I am a fucking adult. I'm not gonna climb over some fucking seats like an 8-year-old. You're a fucking idiot. So I said fucking no. I'm not gonna fucking do that. Stupid. Stupid bitch. So, she does dumbass shit like that. And then, one day, for whatever reason, I was giving us some, like, free giveaways or whatever, which were these, glass vases. So I guess, you know, because Mother's Day was coming up or whatever the fuck, if you wanted to give your mom a vase so she could put her flowers in, or, you know, just to have a vase around the house or whatever. It was cool. You could have it for free. Well, this bitch was taking forever. We had already walked out. The day was over for us. And we were sitting in the car, we're just like, where the fuck is she? And, like, this bitch is notorious for fucking just like, oh, I gotta finish my car. But because she moves at a snail's pace, 5 minutes turns in almost 20. And it's like, bro, it is fucking hot out here. It is too hot for you to be making us wait in this fucking car. You need to hurry the fuck up. So she finally comes out, she's like, oh, hold on, give me a sec. She comes back. She gets 3 vases for herself, just throws them in the back seat, in regard. I was like, what the fuck, that's rude. And then she's like, hold on, I gotta go get the rest of my stuff. And we were like, hurry up. Like, just hurry up then. So, she, excuse me. So, she goes back inside, she grabs her stuff, and instead of going around on the other side of the car to get in and sit down, she opens the same door she threw all her vases in, and starts climbing over the seats, very well stepping on my friend's personal items that are on the floor. I literally looked at her do this and I said, what are you doing? To which she ignored me. She didn't even say anything to me. And I was just so fucking fed up, dude. After we dropped her off, I turned to my friend, I'm like, dude, this has to stop. I cannot be in a car another second with her. Like, I can't stand it. So, when we finally broke that off, I have never felt such relief in my entire life. Just for it to happen, I got a brand new car. Good for me, you know. First time ever owning a really new car. Very rare commodity in this community nowadays. I get in my car, you know, I bring it to work. I'm being a bit of a show pony. I kind of want to show off that I'm doing well, which I am. I'm finally doing well. I'm bullshitting with a couple of coworkers, waiting for my BFF. She comes out, and I was like, "Yo, babe, you ready to get some coffee and chill?" Cause like she could finally be a passenger princess now. You know that I have a car, and she was hype as fuck, dude. She was hype as fuck. So she gets in the car. She gets in the car, and this fucking bitch comes over, and she says, "Oh, is this your car?" I just stared at her. I said, "Yes." And she's like, "Oh, I was wondering if you'd give me a ride." Bitch, you have been sitting outside for the last 5 minutes. Why the fuck didn't you say anything to me? Why didn't you come up to me and ask me for a ride? Why did you wait till my fucking BFF got out of here, man? And I discovered this. It is because she is 100% afraid of me. She is afraid of me. She will not talk to me unless my best friend is nearby. Which, you know what I also don't appreciate? I don't appreciate how she creeps out my friend. It is speculated that she's like into girls or whatever. And while I really don't give a shit about that, I don't appreciate her doing that to my friend because she's creeping her out. Dude, it's like she's Mark Zuckerberg, where she read a book on how to be a human and just kind of does these things that make no damn sense. And it's like, what the hell are you doing, man? Don't touch me. Which brings me to the other day. This particular Wednesday, I go to get my buddy a drink. I'm not paying attention. I open the door and I almost hit her. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Are you okay? Because despite not liking this bitch, the last thing I want to fucking do is hurt somebody. You know, that's the last thing I want to do. Is take mask for. And she goes, yeah, I'm okay. Then cuts herself off, aggressively rubs my arm, and says, are you okay? You're not hurt or anything, are you? You're fine? And then just walks inside. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Did that actually just happen? What the hell is happening? And I'm just like so flabbergasted. I tell a couple of coworkers, and even they were like, what the fuck? And that's why I can't fucking stand this bitch. Because like she's just constantly like, it's a brain dead entity constantly interfering in my life, and I can't fucking stand it. And dude, don't look at me. Don't look at me like this. And that's all for now about her, because God, one can only talk about some more stupid bitch more than they really fucking have to. Thank you all for watching, and you know, if you have any requests or any commissions and stuff, while I primarily do rats, you can basically draw anything, as you saw from the Holy Rat video. I'm also pretty good at drawing super busty babes. It's one of my specialties. It's always fun to draw curvy women. I also draw a curvy rat. But that does borderline on being a furry. Not really into that, but it can happen. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, my little ratlings.